press record, and then if you have a question, yell it out and be loud. So, and raise your hand. Who's up? How would you compare the Edge of Extinction twist to the Outcast twist? I was actually hoping that the Edge of Extinction would be more like the Outcast twist. I was hoping it would be a one-time re-enter and around the merge. Like, I hate someone re-entering in day 37. Like, I hated Redemption Island, and I just thought it was a flawed concept, and I think this is the same flawed concept, but actually even worse, because as much I do love Ream. I think Ream is great television, amazing television. However, someone voted out day 3 does not fucking deserve to determine whether I deserve $1 million. You don't. You didn't see me play. You weren't there. Like, because when I go to tribal council, I ain't giving you shit. So I'll give you, like, Jeff hates it. It's not fun. I get it. But I give you enough in my confessionals. You're getting my story. So, but as far as tribal council, you're getting a very muted version. If I'm playing, you're getting a very muted version of what I'm doing, because I don't want these other idiots to know my real gameplay. So unless you're out there really seeing it, vote out day 3. It's horrible. I can't stand. I wish Edge of Extinction would have been they had the people there to the merge, and you can either do a challenge the way they did, or they can vote someone in, give the person immunity. Just do it just like I thought the Outcast twist was great. So I think the only swerve for Edge of Extinction should have been that we get to see the Outcast living like that. So, but no, I hate someone coming in day 30. I mean, I honestly feel in my heart of hearts the entire concept was made because Joe Englund has no idea how to win Survivor, and here's his chance to win. That's honest opinion. Guys?
Yeah. I was like, well, yeah, it was directed at you for your Outcast.
Yeah, I was like, I can't compare because I wasn't there.
We weren't there. Yeah, what he said.
Okay. All right. Next.
What was the first thing y'all wanted to eat when you got to Ponderosa?
All right. What was the first thing you wanted to eat when you got to the Ponderosa? This question is from Raven. She is a patron.
Woo!
And thank you. We have a few patrons here tonight.
Hell yeah.
I wanted a ton of candy. I'm a junk food junkie, so to be out there for 37 days with no candy, I was miserable.
All right, so Taj, back in the days of season 7, Pearl Islands, when you got voted out, they had your favorite meal waiting for you, and then your favorite movie waiting. Like we had on Pearl Islands, we had our own individual bungalows, and you had a bed, you had a shower, and a TV and a DVD player.
All in your bungalow?
Each part, yeah.
What? Like an Easter basket.
And so like I get voted out, and my favorite movie, I think I listed my favorite movie at the time was American Psycho, and of course I get voted out. I go to my room, and there's About a Boy, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like I'm already not happy. I got voted, and I'm like, why the fuck? And they're like, oh, Rhino, he took your movie. That's it. And I'm like, Rhino. So, but my favorite meal, they're just like, yeah, we didn't think you were going to vote it out, so we didn't make your favorite meal either. And I'm just like, motherfucker, when does the good news come? So, but did they do that?
We didn't get a favorite meal. We didn't get a little...
Did you get your favorite movie?
No, we didn't get any of that.
You had a hut with a bed, individual beds. You had your own little hut.
But I will say, I was on their money, so I was going to get whatever the hell I wanted when I got there. The next day I had a steak, I had a lobster tail, I had a baked potato, I had ceviche, I had dessert, I had everything I wanted, I had drinks, and in Fiji, they don't put any liquor in your drink, so I had like 10 of them. And I did whatever I wanted, and I did not feel good the next couple days. But my stomach was happy, and I was good.
Yeah, we didn't have none of that.
Yeah.
But I guess because where we were, everything was protected, so you really couldn't do much. Our little Ponderosa was in the middle of nowhere. Everybody had their own hut. It was just a bed in there, and maybe even a fan. I think there was a fan. But you had like the food area, and then you had, I guess, the leisure area that they set up. By the time I got voted off, everything was gone. Folks was eating. I was like, can I get one piece of candy? It was like melted Reese's peanut butter cups left over. was like, get me to an airport.
We had the same Ponderosa.
What I was going to say was they took my order right when I had, got voted out and had to ride the boat to the place. They were like, what do you want to eat?
Yeah.
They didn't do you like that?
No, they did, but
okay.
I mean, the next day is when I really ate. That night I had a chicken sandwich, fries. I was just miserable. When you get voted out, wasn't thinking about eating. I was just thinking about the game.
Right.
Because you're so fresh out. You're like, I don't want to eat this food. I don't want this cake. I don't want anything.
Food.
Well, I did.
What did you have?
Well, I wanted some fried chicken, but they don't have that out in Fiji. So I had some pizza. I was generic. That's just something, I'm a pizza guy, so. And it wasn't the best pizza, but when you just get on Survivor, it's the greatest pizza ever.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. The pizza you see on television, it tastes terrible. It is not good.
Cold.
It's awful. It's all piled up, and they put lighting on it or whatever. It's terrible. It's not good. You don't even care to win it. It's not good.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're jealous.
Yeah. So, next question.
Yeah, so it was reported that Ghost Island was the last season that these players saw, and so we're seeing kind of the Laurel effect of everyone trying to target, make big moves and everything. Do you guys think that since we're seeing all of these big targets going out of the game, people are going to shift back to a more conservative gameplay?
Could you hear that, Matt, on your end? Do I need to repeat it?
No. I could hear it. Yep.
Okay. I think the gameplay is determined by the number of competitive players versus the number of the number of goats that are willing to or non-willing to go along with the competitive players. I think it's just a numbers game each and every time. And if you are a player's player, your ability to convince someone to go along with what your strategy is. I think the game will continue to evolve, as far as the voting blocks and stuff like that. I think as long as there's advantages and idols, I think it'll continue to be a more sped up game, and as a result, you'll have these bigger targets targeted earlier than they should be, and as a result, you're going to have a war dog going home sooner than he should.
I agree.
Well, when I went to play, I had just watched Game Changers, and you had the big idol, nursery was out, and that's what made me paranoid. It was like, am I going to go out there and it's going to happen to me? Which I ended up finding idol. It was half and half, but you do think about the last season that you did see, and I'm sure they did too, because I was frustrated playing with Laura. I'm not going to lie, because I felt like I had, set myself up great to be able to play in the middle like Ron kind of is, and then seeing someone like Laurel, when I was out there, it's just like, it's so frustrating. So hopefully that this group did kind of learn a lesson in a way for that, because I want everyone out there to be able to play to win. And I hate to say it, but my season, there were a lot that wasn't. So I hope that it did change. I hope it did change.
Well, your season sucked, Donathan.
It did.
Well,
for me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, the interesting thing is, so Taj, you were saying you never saw Survivor before you played, and Jonny Fairplay, you are the same. Okay, so it's
I never saw Survivor before I was cast. I did learn the game.
Well,
before.
right, and I'm sure maybe Taj.
I actually had to learn. They stuck me in a room and made me watch 5 or 6 seasons back. I was dizzy.
Right, but so both of you are the same. You got cast, you got recruited, never saw the show before. So it's interesting because players like you, that you have these super fans that are all about Survivor, they're Survivor nerds, whatever, that think they have every strategy, every scenario played through their head, and then their game will get blown up and they don't really have it all figured out, even though they're huge fans. You have people that are recruited that never watched the show, like you two, who both made. What day did you get voted out, Jonny? 30 what?
38.
38, and Taj, you were 37, right?
37.
So it's like
37, Donathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but it is crazy. It's like
Exit that way.
but I'm wondering if players who are like the recruited type make it to, I don't know the statistics of that, right? Do you make it to, do more players that are recruited make it farther in the game of Survivor versus people who are big time fans?
Maybe, because I think the people that are recruited more so than not are these over-the-top personalities.
Or thinkers.
What's that?
Or over-the-top thinkers.
Yeah.
I think they go in with this, like, wild strategy to play, and when you realize when you're out there with nothing, everything changes. You literally go into survival mode. I literally was surviving because... I mean, not for nothing. I came from Brentwood, Tennessee. I mean, I grew up in Brooklyn, but I mean, I've been in the music industry for 28 years now. I've seen some good shit, okay? So to go out there with absolutely nothing, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I want to go home.
But we're also entertainers, and you stay a lot. I mean, like, you know, you think people, you know, they obviously hate Jonny Fairplay. I was their television. You know, so like before Survivor, I was Roddy Piper's personal assistant. I had stories every single day. Like I could tell you something crazy, and I was an entertaining person. Versus a super fan that maybe doesn't leave the couch, doesn't leave the basement, and you know they get out there and they're just like, so what have you done in your life? Nothing. This is it. And it's just like, well, what, you know, so so you're sitting there thinking, it's just like, okay, well, who do I want to be stuck with for 39 days? Someone's going to fucking tell me a story about, you know, Roddy Piper and Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, or someone's going to go, I don't know. I ain't done nothing. So I think, you know, these recruited players are these over the top personalities and quote unquote entertainers that are providing. I mean, if there's not a challenge and there's not tribal, your day sucks. You are doing absolutely nothing. It is the most boring day of your entire life.
Well, the first thing is, I was recruited. They told me they were looking for an actual NFL wife or girlfriend. I think what they wanted was somebody who was going to be prissy, can't get their nails dirty, this and that. I'm a tomboy from Brooklyn, so I got out there and I was like, let me pull this dress up. Give me that tree over there. I was strong, so I could lift like 4 or 5 trees at one time. They're like, keep her.
I love it.
Taj appears to be very, very strong. I will, for those of you that, well, this is on the page that you're obviously watching. Taj could lift 4 of me. Easily.
Not anymore. Only 3.
Only 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Next.
Let's say, for instance, on the year's winning the jury, you got somebody set in your mind you're going to vote to win. When you go to Ponderosa, how much does that actually change? Does it change?
It can change. I don't say it will for everyone, but you can, you know, you talk to people. I was only there for 2 days, so I didn't get a lot of conversation in before I had to, you know, go make that decision. But I was, you know, people were trying to get worms in my ears and trying to influence me too because they were so passionate about one or the other. But it was a special thing for Ghost Island because we were so split at Ponderosa. And
oh shit.
and who you let?
Hold on. Would you say you were influenced on the Ponderosa?
I wasn't part of a jury, so I would not ask me. I'm just gonna pack my bags and if I had to imagine, though, I did actually I'm not gonna ask a question because we're on this one. But if I had to imagine, I would say I don't think it would, but I wouldn't know. Let's ask them.
I think it really depends. When I got voted off, I knew instantly who I was voting for, because Steven and I made a little pact in the beginning that we would never vote against each other. So he waits till like the 37th day to blindside me. Actually, I'm like, J fucking T.
Oh my God!
Yeah. In the days of a 2-person final jury, it's a lot of people say that the best player finished third. You know, I agree with those sentiments. If you look back, you know, you have your Lexes and your Kathy O'Briens and your Jonny Fairplays and your Rob Sestrinos, and I can say that I've heard in some of those other seasons they were influential on the jury, and I know for a fact on Pearl Islands, when I got voted out, it was like, whoa, what the fuck just happened? And they're just like, Fairplay, what are you thinking? I'm just like, I can't, Lil was going through menopause on Pro Islands. It was the worst experience of her life. Every night she's like, "Oh Jesus help me! Oh Jesus help me! Oh Jesus help me!" And I'm beside her and I'm like, "Oh Jesus kill her! Oh Jesus kill her! Please Jesus kill her!" And she didn't die, so neither one of us got our wish. And but I was there holding her hand. I was there making, like, you know, she didn't know what she was doing. I was, you know, I drugged this carcass to the end. And so they're like, Fairplay under was like, fuck Lil. I'm like, you're asking the guy that should have won, who played the best game, and everyone in that jury knew that. Who do I give the money to? Not her. And they're like, that's all I needed to hear. That's what they told me. So was that lip service because they felt bad? I don't think so. I think they thought I played the best game. I deserved to win. I deserved to make the decision who won the $1 million.
Good for you.
Hell yeah. There's somebody back there that has.
Oh no, hot chick right there.
You're next back there. My David right back there is next.
Horrible.
Hate it.
Yeah, can't stand the final jury thing. I don't like how they do the finale. I mean, I you know, it's one of those deals. I understand where you're constantly trying to reinvent the wheel, but it's still a fucking wheel. And if the shit ain't broke, don't fix it. So you know, I don't need the little kid to ask the stupid question. I don't need Tyler Perry for anything. And Sia, she can give you your money off camera. And sorry.
14K is 14K, right?
14K is 14K. So, but no, and you know, and heaven forbid we see Ben with his drinking army buddies do anything ever in the future. So.
I don't like it personally. When I see it, I just miss, you know, seeing the individuals go up there and then their comments, because some people, like, I mean, you can think of some great ones, Corinne to Sugar, like, you know, you miss those moments because it's just raw, and it's like, ooh, like it's just, I don't know, it's just very awesome to see, you know, what everyone has to say. Personally, instead of some people now, you don't even get to see them actually talk at the final tribals. So that's what I don't like. Not everyone gets to talk. People start cutting each other off. Their emotions start getting the best of them, and it really takes away from what it used to be.
I'm anxiously not looking forward to Aubrey being the chairman of the fucking jury coming up on this season. That seems like the worst finale ever to me.
Nothing can be worse than the Caramoan finale when I'm in the fucking front row, not even on the stage with my cast.
There is nothing worse other than Ben's drinking buddies.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And Sex Dr. Mike doing anything. All right, we got one more.
There's the guy right there in the very back. Yes, he's had his hand up the whole time.
Yeah, I would.
Jonny,
I would make a.
Repeat that. You guys froze up.
If you were the 4 returning players this season, what would we do differently? Because the 4 they chose were hot garbage.
Gotcha.
We would make a pregame alliance because that's what Sandra Diaz-Twine taught me to do. And she's the fucking queen, I've been told. Shirt available at JohnnyFairplay.com. And no, I don't know. I think we would be a more influential returning cast. I think you have Taj, who's a Grammy Award winner, and I mean that
I would take those with me.
Yeah, I mean that's
loved ones, not Eddie this time.
That's an impressive. That's a more than impressive thing. I mean it's just like, God damn, that's cool as shit. You know, you have a Wilhelmina model. I mean, like Figgy's one of the most beautiful people I've ever met on the planet, and I've met Michael Yerger.
If Figgy wanted to, she could totally come back and be a Parvati, I believe.
Yeah,
I could see it.
I would not go about that strategy.
I know you got a man. I know wherever you're at. I can see that being a good strategy because you are just so beautiful.
Yeah, I think so. When I look at people up here, I would, if I was a newbie, Taj would be someone I would 100% work with. I honestly think I would work with everybody up here.
Yeah.
I would be very cautious about working with you. I think that's just honesty. I think
I would be cautious of him too.
I think what people
When's the worst fucking season ever? Where's
all over again?
Yeah, I think you learn from how you played the first time. And,
Exactly.
And, you have the people, everybody except David has played multiple times. So they're trying to learn from mistakes where David, he's been able to freshly learn from those mistakes. It's been the most recent. I would really take into consideration what I did wrong, and I think everybody knows what I did wrong. Say it at the same time. Let's not say it at the same time.
I'm like,
let's not do that. No. But wouldn't do that again. But you really need to listen to what people have to say.
Yeah.
You don't talk, you listen, because the minute you start barking like a war dog, or even like people take Ron the wrong way,
Or Bradley.
yes, or Bradley. I mean, it's just not good. So you really need to just take a step back and you need to listen, because it even reminds me of Game Changers when Sierra said one thing and she was the first person out. So you can't do that.
I think I would be a little more aggressive if I were to ever go back on, and they've asked me several times, so it'll never happen.
What?
Oh, no. Now that I know it actually is real, I'm not going back. They got me on the first one. I thought it was a TV show. I didn't know it was a reality show. So I'm good, but I think I would be a little more aggressive. I didn't watch before. I'd never played the game before, so I just was being myself. I was just out there having fun, honestly, thinking at any point these cameras are going to go off and we're going to get some tissue. But it never happened. So, and I mean, I just kind of, I guess I kind of coasted through this season because I really wasn't against anybody. I was just like, whoever's cool, let's roll, let's do this. We all starving out here together. But I think I would be more aggressive to the point where I strategize more. I would definitely make alliances with everybody. Like, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I would do, but I know it would have more aggression to it. I would be more, I don't know, I'd probably force myself on the challenges a little better, because I was like, look, I'm tired. I'm going to shoot all I can, but my whole energy would wear off real quick because I had no lung capacity out there. Thank God I didn't have to swim, because I couldn't do that either. So, yeah, I would definitely be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I definitely would too, and
Yeah.
I would definitely work out before I went. I didn't do a thing before I went out there, so I would try to work on my body, and I was very nervous at first. I wanted people to know who I was. I didn't want to hide behind anything, so I kind of played like that. So I got that out of the way. So the next time I'll have that off my shoulders if I do play again, and be more aggressive and not be a truth bomber. That's kind of been my past. Unless I'm stuck with a group that doesn't want to play the game, so then I have to do it again. So.
My favorite moment from Ghost Island is watching the finale with Piper, my daughter, who was 10 years old at the time, and she looks over and she goes, "Daddy, did you just see that?" And I go, "What?" She goes, "Donathan's gay."
Is she really?
And I go,
It was the edit. What about you, Matt?
Well, it's interesting. If I'm a huge fan of Survivor, and when I played the game, I was so just like, holy shit, like I'm actually playing Survivor, and I took it very seriously and strategy-wise, and I had a lot of fun out there. However, I don't think a lot of I'm a funny dude. Like, I joke around nonstop, and I don't think the lighthearted part of me showed, because I think I was just so like freaked out that I'm playing Survivor. So I would just like to just kind of goof around more, still play a solid game, and I'm a social guy, and I know that my social game going into my season was going to be the strongest thing, because I get along with everybody. I would 100%, if I was playing, if I didn't know Jonny Fairplay like I do, I probably wouldn't, align myself with Jonny. But obviously, Johnny's my friend now, so I would 100% play with all you guys and get in an alliance. You know what I mean? But I think, looking back, it's like, man, you always think of the what ifs on Survivor. Like, what could I have done differently? What did I do wrong? But at the end of the day, there are you four sitting right there on the stage, and I'm sitting here in my house, and there is a live audience of people watching us and that listen to our podcast and listen to Rob C's podcast that would give anything to play Survivor just one time. So for me, it is a true honor and blessing that I got to play one time. You know what I mean? If I got to play again, it would be absolutely amazing, and I would jump at the opportunity. But I'm very grateful, and at the end of the day, I have zero complaints about I don't have anything to complain about, like my edit or, God, I look like an asshole. Everyone I meet on the streets, and when my season was airing on TV, I got this crazy beard. I'm an easily recognizable guy. So everyone was super fucking cool to me, and I was cool to every single fan because as a fan of the show, like if I met someone at Target, I could be making someone's day, year, like if you meet someone that's on TV that you're stoked to meet and you're cool, it's a cool thing, you know? So I just try to be cool to everybody, and it's just been a great experience. Years later, I'm doing a podcast talking to you guys, people that I got to watch, like Donathan, Jonny, Figgy, Taj. I was huge fans. So the fact that I'm able to do this, I'm stoked to be able to do. So that's all I got to say about it.
We love you! Let's hear from Matt Bischoff, everybody! Cincinnati is no Nashville! All right, that's going to do it for this Q&A, and that's going to do it for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody here at Zanies. Everybody tip your waitress. Enjoy the rest of this. This is kind of it. If anyone would like a Survivor NSFW jean jacket pin, they are available. They are $10 each. They're very high quality. There's only 8 remaining. Thank God. They're heavy. They're metal. Please lighten my load. And thank you so much. This has been really cool. This is my favorite live show I've ever done. I want to personally thank you, Taj. Thank you, Figgy. Thank you, Donathan. And thank you, Matt, for manning the ship, pulling all this together. Thanks to everyone here at Zanies, and thank you, the audience. This has been the best crowd ever
Thank you guys for coming
in the history of Survivor NSFW live shows. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, guys.